We all want freedom, but freedom's our demise. Elevate your game, build your confidence, elevate your business, elevate your life. Think about when you went to college. Like when you went off to college, you know, most people, me, I went crazy. Like, oh my God, like I can eat, you know, cinnamon toast crunch for breakfast. I can have cheesesteaks for lunch and pizza for dinner because my mother's not telling me to have a salad or eat my green beans or anything else. And what did I do? I gained a bunch of weight. I drank a lot of beer. You know, ended up with not a very good GPA as a byproduct of it. So, you know, we crave structure, and it's probably ingrained in us from like the earliest of age, right? I mean, you know, from the time you enter kindergarten at like 5 or 6 years old, you operate off of a bell. The bell rings, you get up, you go to the next class. The bell rings, you get up and you go to recess. The bell rings, you get up and you go to lunch. So there's this very like methodical way we engage in the world. And then all of a sudden, like you remove those things and, you know, chaos happens. There's a lot of things that are outside of my control that are incredibly frustrating, right? So you have to focus on controlling the things you can control and you know, have faith that the rest will take care of itself. The bigger the business is, the more things are outside of your control. So, you know, today I'm dealing with budgetary issues, and I'm dealing with, you know, people's apprehension to focus on this as opposed to something else, or you know, someone else's priorities may not be what my priorities are. Like, and that realization is kind of crushing. You know what I mean? Like and if you get frustrated by that, and if you get mired in that, you know, well, that guy over there doesn't care about like my agenda. Well, he has his own agenda. Like she has her own agenda. And so, you know, control what you can control. So for me, like the first step is like, I've got to get my calendar done. I got to get my calendar nailed down. I've got to, you know, continue to just tighten up like my cadence of interactions and create some stability through routine. The definition of success is like one word different from the definition of insanity. Everybody knows the definition of insanity, which is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result, right? If I don't change anything, like we're gonna end up, you know, I'm crazy. Nothing's gonna change. But the definition of success is doing the same thing over and over to get the desired result. So it's a one-word variation, and a lot of that has to do with building out the routine because the human condition craves structure. You know, you have to be wise enough to know where you need to build structure. And when you build structure, then you take pressure off yourself. Because if you have a very, you know, structured plan in place, then you put the pressure on the plan and you remove the pressure yourself. I just have to show up here, right? I just need to like carve out 3 or 4 hours and go, okay, like here's all of the shit that I need to get accomplished on a weekly basis, and like here's some space for variable time, but I need to get all that planned in. Like whether it's our staff meeting or whether it's our, you know, a consistent cadence of calls like to my team. You know, I mean, we need to have regular engagement to be talking about the key performance indicators, and we have to be communicating on, you know, performance expectations and accountability, and that has to be a constant dialogue. Like, you know, where are you this week in terms of your targets, and how are you going to achieve those things, and what obstacles are you facing, and, you know, how can I help? And so, you know, but without that interaction, people are left to their own devices, and they can go down that rabbit hole, you know, and you know, that the guy in the rabbit hole is always late. Right? He's looking at his watch. He's always, I'm late. You're late because you're in the rabbit hole.